what's up, my dude? Your friendly neighborhood Tony, and in today's video, we're gonna jump on real quick to check out the first official trailer for the upcoming Ghostbusters movie. This is, of course, a sequel to the Ghostbusters movie that we got just a few years back in 2021 called Ghostbusters Afterlife. This one's called Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. So let's jump on real quick. We'll watch the first official trailer together. Then, of course, we'll talk a little bit about it afterwards to see if this one looks like it's at least gonna be as good as the last. If that kind of thing sounds cool to you and you want to keep up to speed on all the new big movies that are coming out in theaters and on streaming, make sure you subscribe. All right, without further ado, the first official trailer for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Here we go.
We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Let's get to work.
Call dark and horny at 12 o'clock.
All right.
I've been waiting 40 years for this. They called themselves Ghostbusters. According to these hacks, they saved the world. No eyewitnesses. And who is found to carry the torch?
Okay.
Descendants of Egon Spengler.
Playing on that
You
nostalgia
have
for
a
sure.
miner hanging out the side of a moving vehicle, firing a laser gun indiscriminately.
Has a proton pack.
It's completely safe.
I wouldn't say completely safe.
The Ghostbusters are finished.
Right. Well, overruled.
Sustained.
Thank you.
Objection.
You the weird guy who buys strange old things?
Correct on both counts.
Buddy,
Wow.
you just hit the jackpot.
Okay.
What is it?
Better question is, what's inside of it?
I mean, great cast. They know what they're doing.
The parables tell of an unimaginable evil commanding an army of ghosts
Okay.
with the power to kill by fear itself.
Like, literally scared to death?
Ooh, I like that. It's clever.
We might be looking at a second ice age.
Okay.
We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Let's get to work.
Can I be of any help?
Melnitz in uniform. Yes.
All right.
If there's something strange, if there's something weird, who are people gonna call?
Ghostbusters, what do you want?
I do have some concerns.
We're the Ghostbusters. Can I tell you something else? What? Buster makes me feel good. It makes me feel good.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Heads up. Call dark and horny at 12 o'clock.
It looks good. Like all the pieces are working. Oh, of course. Yeah, I was like, I know who's in there. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, coming out March 22nd, of course, so just a couple months from now. Here's the thing, and this is what I'm a little concerned about is, okay, Ghostbusters is a franchise that is beloved for, and has been beloved for many decades at this point, right? Going back to the 80s. And so I find that there's this kind of trap of nostalgia that you can rely on as the filmmaker, which is basically to say, you know, we don't have to create a movie that's actually good. We can just slap in all of these things that you're going to have as far as like memories. We can bring back all these old actors and actresses. We can have nods to different things that you appreciated about the older movies. And that is going to be enough for most people to enjoy it. So that is something that I worry about with this one. As far as all the parts of it though, you know, it looks visually good. The concept, the story is, you know, it's what pretty much every Ghostbusters movie is. Like most of the Ghostbusters movies don't have any kind of wildly unique story that they're telling. There's a bad guy that wants to destroy usually New York, and you know it becomes up to the Ghostbusters to save the day. And so there's kind of generally a pretty generic concept to go along with it, and really all of the joy and the enjoyment of the movie comes from the characters themselves and kind of their relationships with one another and how much we just like them. So, you know, for example, in this case, Frozen Empire, it's an interesting enough concept, right? A ghost or ghoul that scares people to death, but it almost feels like an episode of the Ghostbusters cartoon, if you remember that from back in the day, where it's just like, oh, there's this new and somewhat unique evil creature that's trying to wreak havoc. And by the end of this 22-minute episode of this animated series, we have to like solve the problem. And so I do worry that we're not getting much more depth than that out of this movie. You know, I know this one doesn't have the same director as the last one, Jason Reitman. He does have a writing credit on it. I don't know if that's just kind of a writing credit in that he kind of created some of the characters from the last movie. But this one's actually being directed by, I think his name is Gil Kenan, and he hasn't done a ton. He directed Monster House, which was this animated movie from back in the day, and then he's done a couple of movies since then. Most recently, one called A Boy Called Christmas, which got pretty good reviews. But overall, you know, I enjoyed the last movie. I'm not a huge Ghostbusters fan in general, but I do tend to like the movies more often than not. So we'll see. I'm gonna, you know, kind of temper my expectations with this one. I'll definitely be watching it as soon as it comes out in theaters. Let me know what you think, though, in the comments below. One, are you a big Ghostbusters fan? And if so, did you start watching it with the originals back in the 80s? And what are your thoughts about this new trailer and the new movie? Are you looking forward to it? Do you think it's gonna be as good as some of the classic movies? Whatever you think, positive or negative, let me know in the comments below. I definitely want to hear your opinion. And of course, if you just want to keep up to speed on all the new big movies that are coming out, make sure you subscribe. All right, my dude, I'll catch you in the next one. Be good.